There is nothing wrong with your internet. Do not attempt to adjust your settings. We are controlling the podcast. We control the squealing and the screams. We can make your heart flutter, your eyes blur from tears, or sharpen your mind to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit back. We are in control of what you hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your settings. You are about to experience the awe and mystery known as the female mind. You are now entering the Fangirl Zone.
Welcome to SyFy Talk on the Fangirl Zone, a podcast where we discuss shows on the SyFy channel. I'm Steve.
And I'm Sean, Fangirl S, and tonight we'll be discussing episode 13 of season 1 of Ghost Wars. Well, did we get any information? Are they coming back?
I have not seen an announcement yet.
I felt like they ended it where if this was just a limited series, I was okay with it. Mostly. I'll explain that when we get to the end.
Okay, yeah.
But it didn't feel like it was this horrible cliffhanger.
True.
So if this ended up being a limited, one-off season, which I kind of feel like, okay, where else would they go with it? But I guess they can go to the other areas that this whole thing was happening in. Because they implied it was happening.
Right.
But,
and I'm not 100% convinced that they got rid of everything out of Portmore.
Okay. Well, yeah, because of the very final scene.
Right.
All right. Well, why don't you hit us with some ratings news?
All right. Episode 13 had a 0.09 in adults 18 to 49 with 0.338 million viewers, making it the 128th cable show for the day. Hopefully our Live Plus 7 will bring that up, but we aren't getting any of those since early December.
Yeah.
So hopefully TV by the numbers will get caught up here and we'll at least know that, yes, we did have some decent numbers for this show.
This was a really just kind of off the wall show. Like, I don't know how to feel other than supernatural drama.
Right. It absolutely was.
Because, it didn't fall into, there's, not comedy, there's not this. It was just kind of strange. But it was good. Episode 13, the finale. And we don't know if it's strictly season or series. Although, It's kind of weird that they didn't say that they're not renewing it.
Right.
So this is one of them. They're going to keep us on the hook, I guess.
And maybe they're waiting for the Live Plus 7 days like we are.
All right, why don't you hit us with the recap?
All right, my soul to keep. While the ghosts build a resistance against Roman, Portmore survivors draw straws in preparation for their final battle, a quest to connect the two halves of the artifact in the ghost realm.
Yeah, I was really surprised that people weren't all like, hey, I'll do it.
Yeah, no joke.
Okay.
Well, we open up with some Lambda defectors and Portmore runaways, i.e. Team Winston.
Yeah, they're jerks.
Both wanting to get on the chopper and get the hell out of town.
Should have let Winston get on.
Yeah, that would have got him finally. But of course, his crew gets distracted by some ghosts that are coming up quickly upon them, which gives the Lambda trio an opportunity to get to the copter first.
Yeah, they took off running.
Yeah. They get it up in the air and oops, there happens to be a force field stretched over the top of Portmore. It flips over, loses control, and damn it, almost lands on top of Winston.
So close.
Yeah.
So close.
So we go over to the town where we see Landis, Billy, Daphne, Dr. Clark, and Roman assembling outside to discuss how to put an end to all this madness. And of course, our Dr. Landis comes up with an idea. If they put the artifact, now completely intact, back into the particle accelerator, maybe it will turn everything back to normal. Or make it a whole hell of a lot worse.
Right, that's an awful big maybe.
Yes, and of course, the only snag is to restart the accelerator, they're going to have to shut off the power to the rest of the town.
Oh, goody. So you're not going to be ghost-proof no more.
That's right. So, of course, Some people are going to need to die in order to fend off the ghosts that will inevitably descend on the machine.
Should have been Winston.
Yeah. And nobody is raising their hand.
I know, and that made me a little ticked off, actually.
Right.
Because it's like, oh, but you guys are fine with Roman doing the dirty work.
Right. Of course, finally, Landis, Billy, and Val volunteer. Of course, they're going to need one more. Why only one? Why they think 4 is going to be enough to hold off all those ghosts? I don't know, or whatever they are.
Right. Did you not see all of them? I mean...
Yeah. They seem to outnumber you by a factor of 100 at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe we have some more. Just putting that out there.
Yeah. And out of the blue, Daphne volunteers.
I was a little surprised, but I figured that she wanted to know what was on the other side.
Right.
So
yeah. She was the only reason she was volunteering was for her own personal reasons. She wasn't there to help fend off the ghosts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I figured that was just like, let's see what I can find out.
Right. So, of course, before they implement the plan, you might as well have a party.
Well, they got to get up their courage.
Yeah, they got to drink their courage.
Well, I don't blame them.
No. And we have a nice little talk between Billy and Roman.
And my jaw kind of went, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you see that pause here. Neither of us could believe that basically they're like, well, yeah. Billy's like, I had a thing with your mom. And then, like, they both stop and kind of look at each other like, oh, shit, wait a minute.
No. No.
Right. No, you're not my dad. Because he asked about his dad, and it's like, yeah, I could have been. Ha, ha, ha. Wait a second. When was... Oh, my God. Could it... I'm gonna go over here. And they both kind of, like, turned and went the other way. Because they were both... Right. They both had the reaction like all of us.
Right.
Where it's like, what? And it was just, like, one of those things that I couldn't believe that it happened. Like, they said that.
Right. But it made perfect sense.
It did, especially when they're saying how small this town is.
Right. And that their father was going to blackmail her. And that's why they wanted to run her out of town, because she was carrying Billy's kid.
And it was just kind of, well, I thought it was after.
Yeah, after, yeah.
Yeah. But it was just one of those things that's like, well, there's a twist for you. I don't think any of us seen that one coming.
No, that was not something that, and it should have been obvious.
You think?
Why would their father have something against her, except for the fact that Billy had a kid with her?
Oh.
And she was going to expose Billy.
See, I just figured so many of them didn't like because she was psychic.
Right.
And he was like the guy with money in town or something is what I assumed this whole time.
Yes. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, that's totally interesting, though.
So the plan gets underway as Dr. Clark mans the particle accelerator.
He looked like all for it, right? No.
But he was going to be a stand-up guy, and he was.
Yeah, he at least, and I said this last week, super buff, by the way. But he was like, all right, I'm doing this because I want to get the hell out of Dodge, and I'm not willing to kill everybody else along with my plan. So, all right, hopefully this works and we can all get out.
I want to leave now.
Right. So he was a stand-up guy. He was doing what he had to do, even though he was reluctant about it. And he knew that Daphne was dying, but he seemed to still have a lot of doubts that this was going to work.
Right.
So do you think he went along with it because it was basically like, it's this or nothing?
I think so.
Okay.
It's a Hail Mary, but you got to do what you can to make it work.
Okay.
Now, of course, before they get set up to die, Billy has something to tell Landis. Every time he's come back from the brink, death has taken a little life out of him. His arm is starting to deteriorate, and that's not a good sign.
No, it wasn't.
But no time to consider contingencies.
Well, no, not at this point, because nobody was like, all right, I'll do it.
Right. Not enough volunteers. So Billy pretty much feels like this is probably going to be his last.
Yeah, and I was kind of like, wait a minute. I don't want that
Yeah,
to happen.
How many of you already killed off?
Right. There's like 12 people left in town at this point.
Yeah, and they're all Winston's crew.
Right.
So Roman sets the machine in motion and yanks the volunteers' spirits out of their bodies. Now it's nice that they're able to just pop in and out wherever they want to. So of course they jump straight to the accelerator room.
Which is nice. I wish I could travel that fast.
Yeah, that'd really be nice. And of course, once the room's cleared, Roman inserts the capsule containing the meteorite into the machine. And here we go.
And hurry up and wait.
Right.
It's like, nothing's happening.
Yeah.
I was like, do something. Do ghost stuff. Because they're basically like, okay, maybe it's not here. Maybe it moves. And they start like zipping it everywhere. I can't find it.
Right.
And I shouldn't laugh. I know I shouldn't laugh. But they're just sitting there like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. They were completely at a loss for why this didn't work and what they did wrong.
And then somehow Billy figures it out.
Yes.
And again, I kind of didn't want to feel bad. I mean, it was like, okay, Billy, I felt like redeemed himself in the season.
Yes.
And we got to like him and understand more. But like, you really felt bad. And I didn't want to feel bad because I kind of felt going in that one of them was going to die.
Right.
And Billy's
but seeing
like,
that Daphne volunteered, you figured that it was probably her.
Yeah. I honestly thought she was going to be like, I'm already dying, guys. I'm going to do this.
Right. And you didn't see her volunteering for this part.
No, you didn't even see her at all. She
Right. She disappeared. And you go, this just isn't right.
Yeah. It's like, where did she go?
Yeah.
And I felt bad because Dr. Clark is the one who has to tell Val, you need to take him out. He needs to go. And she's like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, that's not something that I think she was quite ready to deal with.
Yeah, no, Marilyn could not handle that at all. Not in front of her girls, especially.
No. Although I was kind of surprised the girls didn't say anything.
Right.
But, I mean, they've been through a lot. I guess at that point, they're like, he's going to save everybody.
Right.
It was kind of messed up because, yeah, Dr. Clark had to go down and basically end Billy's life. It's like, wow. It's kind of messed up. And,
big time.
Yeah, a little heart-wrenching.
Yeah, because, of course, the ghosts start showing up at the church where the bodies are being held. So Clark's got to fight them off as well.
Yeah, and Marilyn tried to zap him with the gun, and that didn't work so great.
No, I think the girls probably would have done better with the gun than Marilyn.
Yeah, she kind of went flying.
And, of course, Billy shows up at the accelerator, and it looked just like it did when he first saw it. So it's working.
Now, do you think that once he did whatever it was he was going to do, he would have been able to be brought back or no? Or he was just kind of too far gone at that point?
I think he was too far gone. And I think he needed to go through to draw, or at least he thought that if he went through, the ghost would try to go through as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the whole plan was to get them through the window, shall we say, and then shut it off, then close the window.
I gotcha. But
of course, before he does, he and Roman have to have a heart-to-heart.
Because why not?
Yeah. Turns out the reason that Billy's dad wanted to drive Roman's mom out of town is that Billy got her pregnant.
Yeah. So, in fact, I am your dad. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I was still sitting there like, he's lying. He's going to say something like, I wish I was. There's just something, but it's like when Roman's like, for what it's worth, I wish you were my dad. And he's like, I am. That's what Val just told me. It's like, what?
Right.
So Val knew the whole time. And I was just like, what the hell? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. They could have avoided a whole lot of this if they'd have just been honest with him from day one.
Right? And I think that was I think I probably teared up. I'll be honest.
Right.
And just the fact that Roman now has to watch the person who he now knows is his dad die.
Right.
That's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
So he tells Val and Daphne, get back to your bodies. Although, where the hell has Daphne been? She's like there and she's gone and she's there and she's gone.
Right.
She's just popping all around.
Yeah. And of course, the ghosts disappear. We don't see really them following him into it. So we go, okay, but they're gone from the church. So of course they think they've won. And of course, Val and Landis get up.
Yes. And, you know, they're
Billy
upset
doesn't.
about Billy, of course.
Yes.
And then Daphne's not moving. And Dr. Clark's just like, oh. And that was it. Just like, oh. Val's
no
just
big
like,
deal.
right. Val's
not
like,
surprised.
oh, she must
Yeah,
not have made it
surprised.
back. Well, where the fuck has she been? I'm sorry. You've been bouncing all around. Not where you're supposed to be. Are you out there fighting
Not
these
doing
ghosts?
what you're supposed to do, right?
And then all
And
of a
then out of
sudden,
nowhere,
yeah.
out of nowhere, she comes to life, and you go,
well, yeah, like major breath. It's like, okay, did it just take you longer because you're dying?
right. Or is something else going on here? Because we've seen the body switch before.
We have seen that. I don't want to see that again, though.
No, because all of a sudden, we're on Billy's boat heading out of Portmore with Roman and Daphne.
Was that Billy's boat? I thought it was
I
like
think
one.
so.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Billy's boat.
And I'm like, okay, what? She's in cahoots now with Roman and vice versa?
And then the next second, it's Maggie. And you go, what the what?
Yeah. That's what threw me because he's like, you know, she's dying. And when Maggie's like, oh, that's fine. This will just work until we can find me something else. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So you're gonna like swapping bodies? Does that mean he took the rock? Which this is when we go back to the bar and you have everybody who's still alive toasting to Billy and kind of sad. And you have Dr. Clark say, well, at least that rock is going to be gone and this isn't going to happen anymore. And Landis says something about, yeah, did we like throw it in the lake or something or the ocean?
Right.
And like they look at each other and realize nobody knows what the hell's going on with it.
Yeah.
And they're like, where's Roman? And where's Daphne? And suddenly, and this is when I got ticked because, why I'm blanking on his name, Meatloaf, his character name. He's like, I knew we shouldn't have trusted him.
Right.
I told you from the beginning. What the hell? Yeah. He saved you. He told you what happened to your daughter. Are you kidding me? And yes, they're on the boat off into the great blue yonder or whatever. I'm assuming everybody is going to be able to survive. At this point, you might as well like burn everything down.
Right.
There's a lot of bodies. And they're talking about the name of the island though. And it means Death's Door. And Dr. Clark was like, yeah, they tried to warn us. They tried to warn us.
Yeah.
And then again, you were saying we weren't 100% sure if they were gone. I mean, we don't see any of the ghosts, so we're assuming they're gone. And kids, there are still a few kids alive.
Right.
Playing outside until the whistling. And it's not creepy like Whistling Man. It's Father Dan.
Father Dan.
What the hell is that? So, I mean, I was confused. It was obviously left open for another season. But, like I said, I kind of can feel alright if they don't come back.
Right.
I mean, that has a big question mark. Like, okay, you're going to have Father Dan, like a priest who we assumed had some kind of spiritual interference come and help him destroy those other things is suddenly like leading the kids away, like the Pied Piper.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. It seems like they're gone. So all we can do is wait and see if we get anything else.
Right.
But I was pissed that he's like, we should have never trusted him. Really?
Yeah, he went back to his day one self.
Yes. That's what ticked me off, though, with this.
Yeah. Did me too.
Well, what do you guys think? Do you think we're getting another one? Have any of you seen anything that maybe Steve and I missed? Shoot us an email at sci-fi talk@fangirlzone.com, and we will reply to you, of course, since this is the season finale. But if you have just general comments about this, we can always cover it too on one of our other shows, our sci-fi shows. And please rate and review us on iTunes and any other podcatcher you're finding us on, because good ratings and reviews help other fans of the show find us. Tell your friends. We do hope you are enjoying the podcast and all our other ones. And we have new ones that will be coming.
Yes.
And soon, because Channel Zero Butcher's Block is coming shortly.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Super excited about that one. That creepy factor.
It just keeps getting creepier and creepier.
And if any of you out there in listener land want to join us on any of the upcoming sci-fi shows that Steve and I do, basically turn on SyFy, tell us which one you like, and if you want to join us on an episode, we will work something out for time for you guys.
Yep.
And so for this episode, the season, possibly series, we don't know, finale of Ghost Wars, I'm Sean Fangirl S.
And I'm Steve. Don't think you would have been much of a dad considering you're such a mess.
And until next time.